everyone, it is Allison Fletcher. I am the Drunk Astrologer, and today I'm going to introduce you guys to a spell. This is actually the first spell that I've ever really written. What happened was one night I decided to do a road opener spell, and while I was sitting there, I noticed the selection of supplies that you guys see on the screen right now, and I was kind of meditating on what each one meant, each one kind of the role it was playing in my life at that point, and I ended up writing a spell. This is a spell to unlock. This is the spell to unlock doors in your life, and specifically with this spell, I am focusing on three things. So there are three main things that this spell is working on. So this is a good spell to do if you feel stuck. This is a good spell to do if there's kind of multiple things kind of going on in your life. It's just a really good one to kind of deal with multiple aspects. And if there's an aspect of this spell that you don't need help with, you don't need to work on, then don't do it. If there's an aspect of this spell or a color that you would like to include, then do it. Yeah. So the things that I have here is I have an antique key. This I actually found at a antique store less than a mile from my house. I do recommend going into antique stores for this kind of stuff because the keys are going to be cheaper. Not gonna lie. The metaphysics store, the new age store in my town, they have these keys that are the old school style like this, but they're kind of like a cheap plastic almost. Like they're not the kind of cast iron like this is. And they have some cool designs on them. Like you can buy them either with like a heart right here or an infinity sign. They have that kind of stuff. But they're like $30. This was $5. Just walked into the antique store. I just asked them, I'm like, hey, do you guys have any old school keys? And there were like 20 of them there, and all really cheap. So you do need a key. And then it's a pink candle. So the pink candle here is for our section about love and relationships and finding someone. We have an orange candle here. This orange candle can be replaced with other colors, but basically this orange candle is happiness. And the orange candle, at least for me, deals with happiness in yourself. So when we come to the portion with the orange candle, it's about finding peace within yourself, finding love within yourself, and kind of it's even a beauty aspect to me. Like the happiness, whenever I do beauty spells, for some reason I always think of this happiness candle, kind of because to me a lot of happiness comes from liking yourself both inside and out. And then we have a yellow candle. This is actually, this is an older candle, but it is yellow. You'll have to trust me on that one. If you want to go for a brighter yellow, you can do that, but there is a difference between the orange and the yellow. And the yellow is about confidence, because with confidence comes success. So this one's confidence, success. There's even an element of wealth to the yellow card or to the yellow candle. If you want to focus, if you feel like you have that confidence and you want to focus on the wealth aspect of it, then I do recommend replacing the yellow candle with a green candle. So that's kind of the four main ingredients, four main things to use. If you're the type of person that likes using herbs and stuff, you could anoint the candles if you wanted to. I don't have anything like that to really, any good oils to anoint it with right now, but The big thing about this spell is it can be played around with, it can be adjusted. The other thing is that if you want to do a sigil, so some things, what I like doing sigils and then burning them. And then also I have the sigil on my arm tattooed permanently. But if you want to do a sigil, you can do a sigil. That's up to you. I guess we can cover that when we get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and light the candles and go through the spell with you. So kind of, there's some that may argue it's kind of like a reverse order, but I always start with love, and then I go to happiness, and then I throw my lighter around, and then I go with confidence. That's just kind of, I don't know. That's just the order that they came up in. And then, so then I hold the candle, or I hold the key. And you actually want to hold it in your dominant hand. So I am right hand dominant. There are kind of like 3 portions of this spell. And there is a reading to go along with each portion. I have to figure out how best to do it. But I will be doing my best to try to get that reading into the description below the video so that you guys can check that out. So you have the key with your dominant hand, and you say, so we're starting with the pink key, or pink candle. Candle, key. So key is in your hand, pink candle. So you start, with this key, I unlock a love so strong and stable. I find a supportive and passionate man or woman who ignites a fire, and then you pass it through, ignites a fire in me. So that's the first portion. And you can interchange man or woman. For me, I'm looking for a man, so that's why I do it. You can interchange the kind of descriptors. So a love so strong and stable. Well, maybe stable's not exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you have enough stability in your life. Maybe you want to say a love so strong and exciting. Instead of finding a supportive and passionate man, maybe you want to find a adventurous and courageous man. I don't know. You can interchange words. This was written kind of for me, by me. So for me, I'm looking for a love so strong and stable. I find a supportive and passionate man who ignites a fire in me. You do pass the key through fire. So, second portion, we're using the orange candle. With this key, I unlock a life of happiness. I have a sunny mind, a strong body, and a peaceful soul. My inner fire is bright. So the second portion, you again pass it through fire. If there's something there, maybe you don't want a strong body, maybe you want a beautiful body, maybe you want, instead of a peaceful soul, maybe you want a calm soul. You can change those. The whole idea is having internal happiness in both mind, body, and soul. I do think it's important to have a life of happiness. I have something mind, or a positive thing about your mind. So a sunny mind, bright mind, whatever you want to use. A strong body, a beautiful body, a healthy body. As long as you have mind, body, and soul. Those are the 3 things that, in my belief, you need for happiness. So then we're going to go to the third one. We're going to do the third candle. And we're going to say, with this key, I unlock a confidence the world will like to know. I have success and wealth that others will follow. Others will feel my fire. So you pass the key through when you say fire. And I guess one of the things is with the key, do make sure you get something that's not going to burn. Don't get cheap plastic. Get something, I mean, this is like cast iron. This is like a real key. So yeah, and with that one, I know this is written by Leo Moon. I do want people to listen to me. I want people to follow me. I do want success and wealth. I think it all starts with confidence, and I think that's the big thing about this section is what you want to gain from your confidence is what you need to talk about. So if you don't necessarily want success and wealth, but maybe you want your confidence to lead to a stable life, you could talk about a stable life and career. You could say something like, I unlock confidence. I unlock a confidence that gives me the world. I have a successful and stable career. I still think you need to include the others will feel my fire. But if you want success and wealth, do that third portion. And then the final is with this key, I unlock love, happiness, and confidence. And you can end it however you want, whatever you feel most comfortable with. As above, so below. It is true, so mote it be. Whatever ending you want to do. The other thing that I should mention is after each section, it is good to kind of take a moment and visualize. So you finish the part where who ignites a fire in me. Imagine what it feels like having that love. Imagine what it feels like having someone wrap their arms around you. Imagine what it feels like for someone to be excited for you or about you. If you've already found love, this can be about keeping that love. So you can think about that person that loves you. If you're the type that likes sigils, so you can do it all sorts of different ways, however you like to do sigils. For this one, I just did the K and the Y for key. You always want to kind of like fold it in because this is something you want. For people who charge it, you can charge it. For people that, for one thing, I actually like burning them. So you can charge it however you want. You can keep it with you. You can burn it. The only thing is if you burn it, you do want to kind of burn it in all three of them. So that's the sigil. It's kind of what I do is after it, I do burn. Try not to burn your hands. I've already done that twice today with spells where I got the fire a little too close to my finger. But yeah, so the nice thing about this spell is that I think the key with this spell is literally the key. I think you could adjust this spell however you want. If you are looking for love, happiness, and confidence, then keep it exactly how you're doing it. If you don't need love, but you want happiness and confidence, do it with those two. If you want to focus on the wealth aspect of it instead of the confidence aspect of it, get a green candle. I believe that is a very important part of magic, is adjusting everything to what works best for you. And I think there is an element of it where I do greatly recommend trusting your gut, trusting your intuition with this. Spells only work because we give them the energy and the power to work. So, yeah, this is my spell I wanted to show off to you guys. So I hope to be bringing more spell work to the picture. I'm still planning on doing pick-a-cards. I'm hoping to be able to do more work with cards. I really enjoy that. I'm really enjoying the spell work. and probably going to talk about some astrology in some upcoming videos. I'm going to kind of wait and see how it goes. So thank you to everyone who's coming with me on this journey. It's a fun time. So, bye.